NoSQL injection. What is NoSQL? NoSQL, also called as non-SQL or not only SQL, is a general term covering databases that don't use the SQL query language. It refers to non-relational databases growing in popularity as a backend for distributed cloud platforms and web applications instead of string data in tables as with relational databases. NoSQL data stores user other models better suited for specific purposes such as documents, graphs, and objects. NoSQL servers like MongoDB offer a different approach to data storage from relational database using SQL. Database is stored as collections of unstructured documents in JSON format. When sending a query for NoSQL, you pass a JSON array. To check the username and password of a user, you might pass the following array. What is a NoSQL database? Now, NoSQL or non-SQL or non-relational databases have existed for a while, but the term gained wide popularity in the early 2009s. There are different types and examples of NoSQL databases. Some are listed here. MongoDB, Cassandra, Elasticsearch, Amazon DynamoDB, HBase. NoSQL database differ from non-traditional SQL databases because of the following reasons: no structured query language, dynamic schema, horizontal scalability. Fields can be added to documents on the fly without affecting the rest of the data. By far the most widely used NoSQL database is none other than MongoDB. Finding the injection. Find where the application interacts with the database server. Some examples include authentication forms, filtering or search forms, headers or cookies. After enumerating the input fields that might be used for the data query, the tester should attempt to modify the values in order to trigger an error or unexpected behavior. If there is no sanitization on the input fields, some characters can break the query. Example: for automated detection, NoSQL map can sometimes be leveraged to catch the low-hanging fruit, although more advanced cases almost always require manual testing, static analysis, and code review. Some commonly used operators in NoSQL injection vulnerability: $= is equal to, $NE is not equal to, $GT is greater than, $regex is regular expression, $LT is less than. Now the first one, that is $ins, the first one checks if the required data is in a data structure such as a pointer or an array. Now how to prevent NoSQL injection attacks? NoSQL injection attacks are very similar to SQL injection. They take advantage of poor sanitization of user input when building database queries. This means that the same tools for protecting against SQL injection attacks also work for NoSQL, such as prepare statements building queries from strings. When using a prepare statement, the query syntax has to be parsed only once, and the access path has to be calculated only once for each distinct query type. When building statements by string concatenation, parsing and optimizing have to be done for each execution of the query and will affect the processing as well. Using typed inputs. As with SQL injection, unsanitized user inputs must be avoided in application code while building database queries. All user inputs must be validated to prevent malicious values from being used. While inbuilt features are available in non-SQL databases like MongoDB to avoid JavaScript in database queries, input validation is a must if JavaScript is unavoidable. Using an input sanitization library to escape dangerous characters. As with SQL injections, the unsanitized library must be avoided in application code while building database queries. Minimizing privileges on public face applications. As a rule, the principle of least privilege must be followed in web application security. This way, the reach of attackers in case of successful attacks can be limited. However, there are also additional steps to take when protecting NoSQL databases. For example, JavaScript evaluation can be disabled in MongoDB, decreasing the potential impact of an injection attack. Reading the manual and security guidance for a particular NoSQL database is always good. NoSQL practical. In this practical, we are going to use a juice shop. So OS juice shop is most likely the most sophisticated and modern insecure web application. Node.js Express and AngularJS are used to create juice shop. It was the first JavaScript only application listed in the OWASP directory. So let's run the juice shop from the Docker. The juice shop Docker is hosted on port number 3000. This can be done using the Docker command. Let's try to navigate to localhost 3000. As you can see on the home page of the products have been listed. In this application, users can submit a review for a product after authentication. Once the review is submitted, users only have the permission to edit their reviews, not those given by other application users. For example, in this application, the user has an email ID vendor@juiceshop. Now, before doing this practical, let's log into the application. The user clicks on any one product and submits a review. After submitting the review, the user clicks on edit and changes the proposed review. Intercept the request using burp suite after adding the review. By looking at the request, notice that each review has its unique alphanumeric ID value. Remove the ID parameter and add a simple NoSQL injection payload. This will ensure that the ID supplied does not equal the ID value specified, that is -1. So refresh the web page. Note that the NoSQL injection payload executes and when all reviews at the other application users previously submitted are revealed.